afternoon, listeners. A lovely afternoon, despite the fact that the air is so cold it stings like a slap from someone who once loved you as much as you still love them. Honestly, I know our lovely state gets cold, but does it have to get this cold? I myself just can't handle temperatures this extreme, especially not if it comes with ice. If it's going to get this cold, it may as well snow so we have something beautiful to look at while we're freezing our rear ends off. Despite how frozen the cold makes the world feel, it seems things are still occurring and time is still moving forward. In local news, cryptid sightings in our area have seen an increase recently, with many wondering if this is an issue of actual creatures roaming the Arkansan wilds, or simply a mass COVID anxiety-based delusion. What is a cryptid, you ask? Well, I hope you ask, because I'm going to use this airtime to define it anyway, whether you ask specifically or not. The dictionary defines cryptids as an animal such as Sasquatch or the Loch Ness Monster that has been claimed to exist but never proven to exist. And Wikipedia follows up with, some dictionaries and encyclopedias define the term cryptid as an animal whose existence is unsubstantiated. One witness claims to have seen a tall, dark, and very thin apparition or creature walking into the woods just days ago. Others say that a skinny man has been seen in the library parking lot staring with horribly empty eyes at drivers who take too long to leave after the library closes. I have seen no such thing through my studio windows and therefore can neither confirm nor deny the existence of said cryptid. What? Listeners, there's a library book on my desk. It just literally appeared here right in front of my eyes. What on earth? Another book has appeared. The first one is simply a dictionary. The second is a book I know to be on the 6th grade reading list this year. Interesting. Hello? Why, yes, I am on air right now. You did? What did it look like? Okay, yes, thank you. That was Erica from the 5th floor. She claims she's just seen a cryptid. She described the creature as being a very tall, skinny humanoid peeking out at her from behind a patron standing at the desk. She said it was very unnerving, and she immediately picked up the phone to call me, much to the patron's dismay. The patron claimed seeing no such thing. As much as I want to believe her, it seems odd to me that the patron didn't see it. You know, listeners, I'm really not sure where I stand in the belief of cryptids. I mean, sure, I've seen my fair share of strange things while driving in the woods at night, but haven't we all seen a horrible, pale, humanoid creature on all fours make a run for it in the headlights at one point or another? Or the eyes that glow and seem all too close to you as you pass empty fields at night? But those things don't prove the existence of cryptids, do they? I think I'm going to need a little more evidence on that. While I take this call, please enjoy this pre-recorded advertisement. Is your boyfriend tall? Does he wear a black suit? Does he spend a lot of time in the woods? Does he have unnaturally long arms and legs? Does he seem to always be behind you or just in the corner of your eye? Hate to break it to you, but that's not your boyfriend. That's Slender Man, and you should probably run away now. This advertisement has been brought to you by your actual boyfriend. He's been worried about you. Please call him. Let him know you're all right. Listeners, that was the 2nd floor. A few different staff members there report seeing a strange dark figure peeking out at them from the stacks. I think what we're experiencing is some simple mid-February paranoia. That's all. I mean, sure, this figure might be terrifying, but have we all forgotten about the truly scary things within our library? Fines, maskless patrons, unattended children, the smiling owl who lives in the basement and routinely takes maskless patrons to become eternal bookkeepers, books with ripped pages, barcodes that won't scan, you know, the true library horrors. Speaking of library horrors, these darn books just keep appearing at my desk. I can't figure it out. They don't appear to be related at all, they're just... What? In light of all of this, it is my pleasure this afternoon to take you to the weather. Listeners, I was trying to call the first floor, both to ask about this strange phenomenon with the books and also to ask if anyone else has seen the cryptid, but I hadn't been able to get an answer. That's when I saw Linda from the first floor. She was horrified. She was panting like she'd been running when she told me that everyone from the first floor saw the creature and fled. This is just terribly odd. And my desk is so full of books that I can't even... Maybe there's a book here about whatever people keep seeing. I believe there's a completely rational explanation. Okay, the books are going to have to be moved to first priority. I can't function like this. Are you kidding me? Okay, you know what? I'll be right back. Okay, at least the books are stacked properly now. There are dozens of them. Too many. My studio isn't equipped for this. Huh? You know I'm live. Oh, you do? I mean, I'm not sure. I have so many books. I have no idea why. Not a clue. They just keep piling up. Oh, here's the one you were looking for. Okay, thank you. If you want to take any more of them off my hands, be my guest. No? Oh, okay then. I'll just be here, covered in books. Listeners, that was John. He said I had a book that he needed. This was not very helpful. I suppose he did get rid of one of the books. I really need to figure out what's going on. Hold on, there's still a library barcode scanner in here from last week's, incident. Maybe if I just... Ah! It's gone. I have no idea where it went, only that it's gone. Perhaps I can do the same thing for all the books. This may take a while. It also doesn't make for very good live on-air entertainment. But at least there'll be room in my studio after this. You know, I just don't understand all the hype about this cryptid nonsense. Clearly there's a rational explanation here. And everyone seems so panicked when all they're seeing is probably just a simple trick of the light. And of course, we run around and tell each other and create paranoia about it, and then everyone's seeing things that aren't there. After all, you know what the government says about it. If you see something, at least in regards to cryptids, simply stay quiet and attempt to forget it. What was... Huh. Listeners, I see something odd. The last few times I've looked up from scanning books, I've noticed this figure peeking out at me from the shadows in my studio. I keep thinking maybe I'm just seeing things, but no, it's there. It's looking right at me. Hello? Oh my god, it's so tall. Are its eyes glowing? I'm not sure what's happening with the audio. Well, I have good news. I was right all along. There was absolutely a rational explanation for everything happening today. I'd like to introduce you all to Rupert. Rupert is our library hide-behind. A hide behind the shelves, it seems. I think today we have all been terribly rude to Rupert, and I think we all owe him an apology. He was doing nothing except doing his job, and we all ran around and reacted in such fear. Such silly creatures we all are, running terrified from such a kind gentleman only trying to work, just like the rest of us. And I know what you're saying. Victor, if Rupert works here, then how come I've never seen him before? Well, that's his entire point of existing. He's a hide-behind. His whole job is to keep from being seen. But you see, Rupert here, much like the rest of us, has had a particularly bad year. And it seems that all day we've been running and screaming, "Where is he?" Always where is Rupert, and never how is Rupert. He could really use our support right now. Thank you so much for coming on the show and for forgiving me for my initial reaction, Rupert. You've been a really good sport today, despite all of our inappropriate reactions to you. I have also discovered the incredibly mundane reason for there being stacks of books appearing on my desk all day. You see, a library barcode scanner on the first floor was somehow linked to my desk. So every time they'd scan a book to check it in or out, it would open a small hole in space and time and drop itself right here. The reason that scanning them here worked is just the opposite. I scanned them here and they wound up on the front desk on the first floor by the same mechanics. So you see, we all get so worked up about things not being rational or real or physically possible, but here we are, at the end of an incredibly normal day here in downtown Little Rock. The last signs of daylight peeking around the building signal to me that it's nearly time to end our library day and head home, where I will undoubtedly make soup and wear fuzzy socks to try to keep away the cold. Use today as a lesson, my lovely listeners, that everything has a logical explanation, and also as a lesson to be kind to those around you, even when they are terrifying apparitions of darkness and glowing-eyed horror. Sometimes, even the most frightening things turn out to be only a simple, benign, hide-behind an interdimensional portal. Sometimes life is simple as it seems, and sometimes everything in it is exactly what it seems to be. Ah, there's the beautiful sunset, hidden a bit by clouds on this lovely Tuesday, but beautiful nonetheless. Thank you for lending me your ear. I've been honored to be your radio host for the evening. And as always, stay tuned.